Jurassic World Exodus or Jurassic Park or Exodus, Jurassic Park fan film or whatever. It goes by many names. Yes, I'm still wearing the same thing. I mean, I cleaned it yesterday, washed it, so don't judge me. Either way, Jurassic World Evolution came out around late July, and it's a story of a rescue op that has to rescue these two people after they're stranded on Isla Nublar. So, yeah, alright, so I was very excited for this film. It's a fan film, it's about 20-something minutes long, and I was just like, and, Clayton Fiatori, I think that's how you say his name, he basically was the introduction for it, so, thank you. If I had not watched any of his videos or gotten into that video, I probably wouldn't have watched this film, so, make sure to subscribe to him. This isn't, like, promoted by it, but either way, he saw it as 13 hours meets Jurassic Park, kind of, I think. I feel like that's along the lines, but it's like a Jurassic Park veterinarian film, but apparently I got to meet with him, and he sounds like a pretty cool guy. He was part of the Jurassic Park fan base, which honestly, I guess I am, because I'm a diehard fan. Love the first, love the second one. Third is okay. It's pretty cheesy and drill. Fourth one was pretty decent. Fifth one, overall pretty disappointing. Excuse me. Worse than Jurassic Park 3. But, yeah, those are the two least. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom's my least favorite, but I still watch it. But, yeah, and this film, first gotta say, beautiful cinematography. They had people on, like, I'm not sure, it looks like a parachute with the big wheel. I really don't know the word. Honestly, either way, they had them just going, and it was almost like a GoPro, like, attached to their phone, and it was just like, woo, woo. The cinematography is great. The CGI is, not that great. You could tell that they didn't have the biggest budget, but, like, in one of their earlier films, they didn't show the dinosaurs at all, which kind of disappointed me, but it was still pretty cool. People were like, oh, it's a Mexican Alan Grady. It kind of is. But, yeah. In this, the CGI, especially for the Brachiosauruses, took me out of it. Took me out of the film experience, because it wasn't very good. It felt very cheap, and felt like you could spend less than $10 to get something like that. It feels like the CGI model, first step of a really good, her like second or third step, because the first, is like completely white, her nothing, and then completely white, and then semi, because it was like semi-color, didn't feel fully rendered in. You'll know it when you see it, honestly. You'll be like, oh yeah, that was definitely a bit of an annoying thing. And I guess spoilers, it's not really that big of a spoiler, but so there was like a bad guy, I guess. People, like, you may think that the dinosaurs are the bad guys, but, that's for Fallen Kingdom, where they literally give the Indoraptor red eyes. Okay, yeah, we'll get onto that later, actually. I don't think I ever want to go on to that. That movie's a disappointment, but, yeah. Oh my god, I gotta get back. So, yeah, so this guy basically works for InGen, I believe, for Mizrani Global, I forget. The guy's pretty forgettable. Like, his performance is bad, it's just, actually, the actor isn't bad, it's just, his performance is like Eli Mills, and not really Gunnar Ebsol, played by, yeah, but no, he just felt like the same thing we've seen. He feels like you feel like the military people that replaced the last paramilitary people, that replaced the last paramilitary people, that replaced the last paramilitary people. From, there was an honest trailer on Fallen Kingdom. You could just see it. He's like, because there's, like, army men all over these films. It's just, jeez, stop having the army people. They weren't in the first one. It was great. But honestly, the rest of the CGI is pretty good. The raptors, well, you barely get a look at them, are pretty cool. And it houses my only favorite scene, really. It's really the only action scene. There was literally two. The other one's with the T-Rex. It doesn't look half bad. One guy actually gets tossed up in the air. It's like, oh, you actually could afford money for that. kudos to you. But that's a plus. Like, the T-Rex scene is pretty good. And I like the night vision. Yeah, that was my favorite scene. Where the raptor's just going around and killed like about 10, 15 people. So in kill-wise, I guess this is maybe your second or third favorite installment. So then, I guess then Jurassic Park will be your least because it has the least amount of kills. But by far the best. Honestly, this one kind of split me now. It's just splitting me. Like, I don't hate it. It's almost like Den of Thieves with Chris Duckman. It's like, it's basically the Heat. It's literally the Heat, just stylized differently and all that. It's like him. It's kind of split because CGI is mad, but the character, it's just, I don't know. It doesn't really justify its existence too much, though. Besides one thing with Ian Malcolm, he doesn't even talk. It's just like, Ian Malcolm, I've got whatever. Not STD, but like, I've got something waiting for you. Or like, I got the package. I think maybe he says, okay. But honestly, it's like, I don't know. Was that like a cliffhanger or just a way to make a sequel? Because, then again, that's what everybody cares about. But, yeah. I'm assuming that, but it doesn't really justify its existence. And it does feel like you could tell stuff was edited out, because it was. They were on a time constraint, but you could tell it's heavily edited out. You could tell, okay, you know what? There probably was a scene here that maybe moved the characters a little bit. They don't have really anything of an arc, honestly. It's just like, just action. Not even that much action, but the characters, the performances are actually pretty good. His character, the main bad guy, I guess, Kurt. The actor's great, just his character is the same thing we've seen. That's not that great. Characters aren't as good as I wish. The arc isn't as great, but the CGI is pretty cool. The action scenes, the characters can be good. It's a plus and kind of a little bit of a downfall, because they're not as great as I wish, but they're more than acceptable at times. And I love it when this guy's like, what the hell is Project Exodus? And that's when it's revealed, oh no, it's the bad guy. And it's like, you know what? I should have seen that coming. And most viewers would probably see that coming. Like, there's not something right. Because, you know, Ken Wheatley was like kind of double crossed him about like 50 minutes in. Out of a 2-hour film, so it should have been like 7 minutes in. Like, oh, I'm the bad guy. But it's kind of like that. It's like, oh, we have to sell them to create the Indoraptor. And apparently, it's being marketed as the last adventure to Isla Nublar or Isla Sorna. Either one. It's been a while since I've seen them, but it's like the last adventure to either one before Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom takes place. I'm assuming it's Isla Nublar, because I actually, now thinking, they were talking about a volcano. So, yeah. But it just feels like, is it there for the fan service? Just to be like a fan film? I mean, it is a fan film, but I don't know. I guess it is a fan film, but doesn't really justify its existence. It should have an existence. They say, like, it's made for fun, but it's not even that fun, or it could. It's just, it mixes me on it. It doesn't really justify its existence, and, plays out like another adventure, but it's not really action-packed or doesn't have any arc. It's just, Either way, you could tell there was a lot of heart. They didn't have the biggest budget, but there were some pretty cool vehicles. They actually got the original JP Ford Explorers, I believe. Yeah, I believe that, but yeah, I believe so. They actually managed to get like some replica. And they actually filmed in the exact place where they filmed Jurassic Park, I believe. In California, I believe, or like, Hawaii. Because now they changed places for no goddamn reason, but whatever. It's just a mixed bag for me a little bit. It's not bad, it's just, Either way. Jeez, I'm sorry. I'm having to cough a lot. It's really annoying, but either way, it's a mixed bag for me. Doesn't really justify its existence. Has some good, yada, yada, yada. I could go on and on, but it's just a 20-minute fan film, I guess. But everyone's like, oh, it's just a fan film. Give it some leeway. or just for a film, oh, it doesn't have the biggest budget. There's a lot of small budget films. I wouldn't be surprised if Room was a small budget film. I'm not talking about The Room, like with the Tommy Wiseau drama, I guess. No, that probably had some semi-big budget, but whatever. Probably didn't know. But no, I'm talking about Room, like the 2015 one. I'm pretty sure they didn't have the biggest. If they had a small one, like, yeah. Obviously, it's not as big as Jurassic World Exodus's budget. I don't know. Bigger, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. The CGI could have been pretty majorly improved, but it's just a mixed bag for me. I'm going to give Jurassic World Exodus a C+. It's not a bad film. I don't hate it. Just, I don't know. It's a bit of a mixed bag, honestly, but make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and you'll see more of my reviews as I post them out. Otherwise, you'll just eventually turn up on my videos and be like, oh, you had 42 other movie reviews, and they're like, oh, I could have had a poll and helped. It was 1% away from doing another film. Let's see if I pressed it. Oh, it makes a 1% difference. Oh, so you can miss out stuff like that. But yeah, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and yeah, you'll do stuff like that, but I'm not sure if I'll do it, but make sure, oh my god, I'm repeating myself. Yes, but yeah, I don't hate this film. Just, yeah, mixed bag, honestly. That's the 2 words to describe this film. Mixed bag. And I'm going with no script, as you could tell. I'm going with my no script. I'm just saying all my reactions, but yeah.